So I couldn't help myself. I had to give my players some more attacks. The sword attacks were feeling pretty good, but I just felt like I needed some more variety, something that really packs a punch. In this video, I'll show you the new attacks I added, along with how I did it and some of the considerations involved. When I switched my player to the sci-fi samurai, I was originally just using the sword animations, but that spear animation on the left looks so lonely all by itself. I felt that giving players another weapon option would be appealing. It took a bit of work though, because it wasn't just a matter of adding one more attack animation. Literally every animation now had to have a sword version and a spear version. I needed new hitboxes and a few new states. I also had to make small but numerous changes across most of my scripts because they referred to the sword attack specifically in one way or another, and now I needed them to just refer to attacks, so the scripts could be weapon agnostic. In other words, they don't care which weapon you're holding, they'll work with either. I also needed a way to switch between the two weapons that didn't look janky. There wasn't really an animation for it, so I thought, hey, he's a glitch samurai. Why don't I play up that angle? So I created a weapon swap state that basically has him glitch out of one form and glitch back in with the new weapon. I think it looks pretty good and it works thematically. I like the charge attack I made for the sword, so I did the same thing for the spear. And again, to differentiate a charge from a regular attack, there are a few extra visual effects, color changes on the sprite, and a different, more robust attack sound. Obviously, the whole point of having a different weapon set is to offer a slightly different playstyle. The ways you can tune this are speed, range, and damage. The spear still hits pretty quickly, just not quite as fast as the sword. To compensate, I made a spear hit do about 50% more damage than a sword hit. The range speaks for itself. You can see the spear gives you more reach. So here you have a slightly slower but more powerful weapon that gives you a bit more standoff distance, whereas the sword is for up-close, fast combat. For the sword special attack, I'd made a ranged slash wave animation built out of repurposed slash effects. It was fine, but it didn't quite blow me away. Well, as luck would have it, I was able to get my hands on a new animation for the sci-fi samurai. A similar attack in practice, but I think you'll agree it's way cooler. Now this thing slaps, and I can't have people blasting it non-stop because that's all they'd ever do. So it's gated behind a hit counter. You can see it in the bottom left of the screen, that little sword icon. So if you land somewhere around 6 to 8 hits, you get to unleash this blast. I have it turned off right now just for this video. Now the animation actually had another part to it, which I had initially put in my game, and it looks really good. You can see it here. He starts with a jump slam attack before going into the blast. So I'd put that entire animation in the game with a separate hitbox for the slam. The problem is that whole animation was about 3 seconds long, which is an eternity for an attack. Locking your player up for 3 seconds opens you up to getting wailed on by bosses or other fast enemies. It also makes it harder to aim, because the enemy might be in front of you when you start the attack, but by the blast part, they could have moved somewhere else. So although it looks really cool, I decided to ditch the jump attack portion and let him go right into the blast. It loses a little bit of flair, but it makes it much more playable. That's a good lesson to keep in mind. Don't force something that doesn't work just because you like it. I don't yet have an equivalent special attack for the spear, so stay tuned for that. I'll figure something out. But I think our hero is really starting to come together. And by the way, regarding his face, if you saw my previous videos, I changed it to a more human face with a skin tone and a mask. But after going back and forth, it actually looks cooler the way it was originally with the all-black version. Yeah, his face doesn't look quite as human, but it's got a certain style this way that I really like. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.